I'd like to welcome everybody to the Delaware County Redevelopment Commission. It is July 13th. Time is 9 a.m. If everybody can stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brandon, can you call the roll, please?
Sir, Commissioner King.
Here.
Angie Moyer.
Here.
Bryce Connie.
Here.
Rob Keesley.
Here.
John Adams.
Here.
Terry Weir.
Here.
Next, we need the approval for the minutes for May 11th.
So.
Second.
Have a motion, a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? We'll move to election of the vice president. John, you want to take it from here?
Yes. In the most recent legislative session, the Indiana legislature made some changes to statutes concerning redevelopment commissions. Among other things that they did was they required that the vice president of all redevelopment commissions be the opposite of the appointing authority of the president. In this body, we have the president or the members appointed by both the commissioners and the county council. Right now, the president is appointed as an appointment of the commissioners. So therefore, under the new statute, which took effect July 1, the vice president has to be one of the two people appointed by the county council. And if you're in the city, it's this mayor and the city council. It's being done all over the state. So right now, your vice president is a commissioner appointment, so you'll have to elect a new vice president. That would be either Rob or Carrie.
You guys want girls for rolls?
Whatever you're most comfortable.
Rock, paper, scissors.
You want to pick a number? You want to?
Yeah.
It's your call, James.
What I had in my hands.
I'll nominate Carrie Weirley.
I'll second it. Nope, you've been nominated.
Now let the games begin.
We have a motion and a second for Carrie Weirley to be the vice president of the Redevelopment Commission. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Good job, buddy.
There you go.
There you go.
Breathing apparently is a qualification.
Nice try.
Carrie, you wasn't like secretary or anything, was you?
Oh, who are?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you're secretary.
Apparently I've been promoted.
Yeah.
Give it to Bryce.
Angel wants it.
Whoever makes the motion, whoever makes the
I don't
second.
Nominate Angie Moyer, secretary.
Second.
There we go. Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Everybody's got new positions, I guess, today.
There we go.
I'm good.
I got voted.
Next, we have from Muncie Magazine, a proposal from Jeff Hearn.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate everybody, your time and for serving. I'm Jeff Hearn. I own Muncie Magazine and bought the franchise from Town Post Media, based out of Fishers, Indiana. I'm the 19th magazine for them. They've been doing it for almost 19 years. It's been 18 years. And so I go to about 25,000 people a month, mailed out. It's free. People get online, sign up for it. The two lists I have are homeowners with homes that are worth more than $150,000 a year. And then the other one is every business in Delaware County, which is 2,250 plus. Those are two lists that every 3 months get updated and so forth as new people come on and be in our ad. The two lists I have is because that's where most advertisers are wanting to go, with people with means and also businesses where they can gather, with these sitting in lobbies and so forth, to get a lot of people and a lot of traction. Let me hand this out so that you have an example. I know you have the paperwork that I had sent to Brad on it. This is what the city of Muncie has done. Oh, I've got enough. Other magazines, sister magazines of this, like down in the Louisville market, Kokomo, Lebanon, does one for Boone County. they supplement, especially in the smaller towns, instead of having a newsletter going out to the general public on what's going on, they do a quarterly little like insert of different things, different blurbs. City of Muncie does 4 pages. That's what most people do that are government. There's one down in, around Louisville, that county, they actually do 8 pages every quarter. I think it might be a little excessive, but this was just a way, I thought, you know, it's not very expensive, but it's a way to get your message out to folks that don't subscribe and get on and look at the TV. If it's something that you want to get out there, if it's like the new 911 call center, I know it's been over a year now that it's been upgraded as far as the communication and everything else there. But if there's certain things like that that happen, the county can put these things out to everybody. Like I said, I mail to over 25,000 people get it a month throughout Delaware County, and I mail to everybody out in Delaware County. So I'm not sure what any questions you might have or not have, but that was just my suggestion. You can do it once a quarter, like September, December, come around and do it in March. Just those 4 times a year, you state of the county, you can start that out in the December one, or you can start it out in the September one. Just about everything that the county is working on and the big projects that they have. But it's yours to do whatever you want. The city doesn't necessarily brand it with the city seal a lot. They put it in here. They're more of wanting it to look like it flows and it was maybe written by us. It's up to you, however you would want to do it as a county. But I'm here for
Pardon
questions.
me,
Yes.
quick question. What's the measuring stick for the properties of 150,000? Is that like the assessor's office?
Yes.
You look at property
County
assessment in the
assessor.
county? Okay.
Yep, county assessor. And it's just a mailing list that comes from the county assessor itself that sells that out or whatever to an organization. And right up the street in Van Buren is where we do all the printing of the magazines.
What's the cost again yearly?
I know it's $6.50 a page. Let me pull it up. I've got it right here. I did it as my cost. $10.4.
Then we have events, you guys come out, take the pictures, all that stuff,
Yes, we can.
or do we have to take the pictures and submit them to you?
What the city does is they have somebody, and I had talked to Brad, I guess he got a lot of it, I think maybe falls on him, but with the city, they put together, they just do PDF files and send it to us. So they have it written out, they've talked to whoever they want to talk to, if it's someone in the assessor's office talking about something coming up or whatever, they just write a little blurb, and then they have pictures that they've had from in the assessor's office or wherever it might be. But we also have someone that can do the picture part. The writing is a little bit more difficult, finding out all the different people you want us to talk to and so forth.
It's actually easy for you as a body because we're already working with Keith Royston to do press releases on our projects. So I would assume that if this was something that you wanted to do, those would just be forwarded to you.
Yeah, what I was wondering, we do our own press release, send it to you, we take our own photo ops, send it to you, and then really all we're doing is paying for the printing and the pages.
Yes.
To the example of the city elected not to brand it
Correct.
as being done by the city.
Yes. Yep. I mean, it's your page. You want to put like at the top, Delaware County, or government, whatever you want to put, you can do that. It's just a vehicle to get information out to the constituents out there.
so it can be taken out of each TIF area.
Correct. Yes, you have sufficient resources to do it.
As long as the contract is a 1 year.
Yeah, it's just a 1-year contract. And I can set it up as 2 contracts so that you have a 2023, and then when your 2024 comes through, I can set that up also.
Now, Sherry, you know, if we do this, your picture's gonna be plastered in here, right?
Mr. President, would it be wise to take this under advisement and then bring it back?
Yeah, if you wanna put that into a motion.
I'll move that motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, take it under advisement. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Be discussed and then
Okay.
probably at the next meeting.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Next, we have resolution 2022-11, Industrial Center TIF expansion. John?
Yes, there was, I made some revisions to the resolution that Brad sent out to all of you. We changed the name of that so it wouldn't be confusing with the other TIF districts. Also added some properties on the property list, mainly on 400 South, where Philtrack is. There's 10 acres of property to the south that's empty, and about 15 acres to the east that's empty, that we added in the property list for possible expansion, because that could be, in fact, industrial or some kind of commercial development. And so this once again, goes out to County Road 600 West along 67, extends all the way out there. That's the only real changes to this. We changed the name and added a few more properties. So I've prepared an amended resolution. The plan's already is amended. It's still the same plan. And ask for your approval. We'll get it to the Plan Commission next month in August. And then we can have the public hearing. The commissioners can actually have the public hearing as well as the Redevelopment Commission. So we might do this in a commissioners meeting.
Okay. And I've talked to John and Brad both about doing this. We've been very successful in the last few years here in Delaware County. And we're looking at, Brad, what, 2 to 3 more companies that's gonna build in that industrial park that we have now.
Right.
So if you go out there and look at all the building that's going on, eventually, we're gonna be full. We have Philtrack now, that's out at the old Tourist Tool building. And we have a lot more companies that's interested in coming. When we took our last trip, would they want a 1 million square foot building?
Well, they have 1 million square feet. There's one company that has 1 million square feet out in Europe, so they would want 150,000 square feet here. So, yeah.
So we have to do something to where we're gonna be able to grow. And honestly, the industrial park and going west is the best because we sit right in between I-69. You have 3 that runs to 70, so it's a perfect location. So I would like to have a motion that we move forward with it.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Okay, we'll get these signed and then get them to me, and I will get them over to Lori at the Plan Commission. So put them on the agenda hopefully we can put them on the agenda for the Plan Commission.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, we have the RFP for the former Lee's Amico property.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. Sent to you in your packet is a request for proposals for the property that is known as the former Lee's Amico Station in Delville. It's on the northwest corner of State Road 32 and Walnut Street in Delville. We're nearing the end of the brownfield monitoring work that has been ongoing for 3 years. You've seen reoccurring invoices on the agenda for that for a long time. We're to the stage of requesting a comfort letter for the brownfield work that's been done from IDEM. So we have a company that has reached out to us about a possible convenience store at that location. and they've requested that the commission release a request for proposal so that they could submit their project to that. If that is in fact something we want to do, we would likely have a proposal from that company, and anyone else from the community or business sector that wants to respond could respond, what they would like to do with that property. So this is very similar to what we did at Bethel and Morrison for a previous hotel that ended up not going to that location, but it's the same process. So just need a motion and second to approve the release of that proposal for that RFP.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll move to the Baker Tilly engagement letter.
Yes, so at a previous meeting, I talked to you about the rail spur bond and possible payoff of that bond issuance and issuance of a new bond in the Park One area related to the rail spur project. This is the Baker Tilly. This is a standard engagement letter that this commission has had with them over the years. This would be Baker Tilly to assist us with the financial advising on that bond issuance. Just need a motion to second and to approve their engagement letter.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next, we'll move to invoices for June and July. Does anybody have any questions over the invoices?
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve June and July's invoices. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Next, we'll move down to the bond and the BOP invoices. Anybody have any questions over those? Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Do we have any public comment, discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Going to adjournment.